Okay. We are preparing for the final dive of Beyond Blue.
Same night, last dive. We're near the coastal area where Andrea and her mother were last spotted. Suit checked and rechecked. Can't risk any exposure in case the bloom hasn't completely resolved. Hard to swim after absorbing neurotoxin. Seriously. Diving now. I'm in.
Mirai, are you sure you want to do this dive?
I'm okay.
And you're sure you want to record in our streaming format?
Yes.
Ready? Recording now.
Tonight we're recording from the open ocean in the Western Pacific. For those of you who are returning, we're trying to get an updated status on the mother and baby sperm whale that we've been following on our stream. We're recording tonight's stream because we have reports that the mother whale is distressed, and we don't want to surprise viewers if these reports are true.
After discovering a whale fall in our research zone, we suspected that the whales may have been exposed to a toxin or pathogen, and are currently investigating. Samples from several females in the pod tested positive for a toxin that we believe resulted from exposure to a harmful algal bloom near the coastal area just outside our research zone.
We can find some of the same fish here that we have been collecting in the Atoll region in other dives. Leatherback turtle baby. Huh. So that's the last of our leatherback turtles. We also just earned a gold trophy called It's Only a Model, which I believe is for adding the final species to the list of all of the animals in the game. That was our last Titan triggerfish. We can also check the map for this area and see where everything is. Whoa. So where we're headed is that direction. It does look like there's at least one down here to the south that we'll pick up before heading out. Okay. Oh, one to the sort of east there as well. This group here. This is the second group of this black-wedged butterfly fish. We got one right at the beginning of the dive. Okay, there's a third group of them. Probably one more in here somewhere. If we can spot the marker for them. Not seeing it. Yeah, I don't see any missed ones right now. Okay, well. somewhere there'll be a fourth group of these fish. But for now, we'll move on.
As I approach the whales, I'm gonna turn off my mic, but keep on my video feed. No.
The whales that we tested showed low level of this toxin, so we do not believe they will suffer from long-term effects. However, we expect that the mother whale was exposed to a higher level and was also more vulnerable because of her pregnancy. Andre, those orcas sure look like they're threatening the baby whale.
The last of our scans for the orca.
Stay close to your aunties. They know the way.
Alright, completed dive 8.
As far as we know, those were the only 2 whales affected by the bloom. With all of Andrea's technology genius, he still hasn't invented a way to be in 2 places at the same time. Before my flight home landed, Irina and Andre had already confirmed the location of the harmful bloom. I stayed close to home with Nana until she passed the next year. Ren moved in with me to save money while she finished school, which was great. Mostly. It was Ren's idea to keep the live stream going remotely using one of Andrea's drones. But it was my fabulous idea to have Ren join the stream to choose the questions from the audience. She is definitely a hit. I can't lie. It's great to be diving again. While I was away, the baby became an auntie. I think she likes it. She still buzzes me when I play my coda sounds, so that is still a mystery. But I swear, we understand each other completely.
Alright. We've reached the end of the game. We've unlocked free swim mode, which will allow us to go back and complete the dives over again. I really appreciate that they have the sort of human elements of the story, that it's not just an anonymous science team, but that she has the story with Ren, you know, and her Nana, and an actual human relationship with her colleagues. And yet, you know, the human story doesn't overwhelm the fact that this is a story about, you know, ocean wildlife. This is a story about a group of whales and all the animals that you encounter underwater. So in that sense, it passes the test that we've set for these games of, you know, at least in that category of showing that the interest in the wildlife and the interest in the natural environment is present in the game, and that the human interest is not the only concern. And we also saw the element from Buell's categories of the human effect on the environment, sense of responsibility towards the environment. It's also the case that the environment in the game was not merely background, but was interactive in an important way. And while we may not have focused as heavily on seasonal changes, 3 out of the 4 categories is pretty good. This game fits squarely into the kind of games that I hoped to curate for this channel. I would love to see more games like it. Thank you for supporting games that hopefully help us understand and shape our world. It takes a pod. Okay, so we're back here in the 7. We have another insight to view. Alright, so Ocean Doctor. Explore the challenges of being a pioneering ocean explorer with Dr. Mandy Joy.
I study things that are beyond their wildest imaginations, and that I see things that are brand new to science and to people and to humanity every day.
I'm at home in these kinds of environments. It's funny, I'm more comfortable here than I probably am on the outside.
It wasn't just that I was meant to be out on ships. I was supposed to be in the bottom. I was supposed to be in the deep water. I was supposed to be doing those things that nobody had ever done before. It completes who I am. Being a deep sea scientist, it does require sacrifice. I mean, we're away from our families for weeks on end, sometimes months on end. It's a constant struggle because you miss parts of your kid's life. My oldest daughter was about to turn 3 when the oil spill happened in 2010. I was at sea a lot. So between 27 months and 36 months, I was gone probably more than I was there. When I came home after a 5-week stint in the Gulf, she came running up to me in the airport. She had transitioned from a toddler to a little girl, and the little girl was gone, and there was this other person there. And you don't ever get that back. It was a decision. I was just like, okay, I'm gonna miss transformations, I'm gonna miss really important things. Is it worth it? I had talked to her class about the ocean, and one of her friends said something to her, and she responded, you know, my mommy, she's the ocean doctor. The ocean is sick, and she's trying to make it better. She couldn't even say important. She's like, it's really important. But she understands that it's an important job. Every time before I leave, I say, my most important job on this planet is being your mother. But this is part of me too.
Learn how we can help ensure the health of our planet's beating blue heart.
We're burdened from a time when we thought the ocean was too big to fail.
You can't take anything for granted. Even though the ocean is so big, it is sensitive.
The oceans are the kidneys of the earth. They recycle material and filter it out. Most people don't know that. They're not aware. They see the ocean as a sewer that they can dump anything into, and it's out of sight, out of mind. Nothing is out of sight, out of mind on this planet. Everything is connected.
We are absolutely in this mix of biogeochemistry, and our role so far has been consumptive and destructive. If we are to continue to have a planet that works, we have to heal the harm we've caused.
What's the worst case scenario if we deny that the climate is changing, but actually it is, and we do nothing? Then billions of people's lives will be directly affected just by sea level rise alone, let alone the other effects of climate change. So it's not about who's right, it's about the consequences of being wrong in the decision that we make right now.
Educating everybody, from school children, fishermen, tourists, if we can manage to do that, we have a very good future and we can gain a lot from the ocean.
If we could establish the foundation for interspecies communication, we can make first contact. And that's where I hope the future goes. Because what we really want is curious, conscientious, and a self-correcting population.
You changing can affect all the people around you. To walk instead of drive, to buy a hybrid, to ride a bicycle, to not use single-use plastic. Imagine if everybody did that. The effect would be tremendous.
We do have the power of choice about what we eat, what we wear, how we travel, all the things that we do in an everyday way, times 7 billion, will make all the difference in the world. We must protect the ocean, as if our lives depend on it, because they do.
BeyondBlueGame.com/get-involved. I also want to just throw in a note that I absolutely love that the developers of Beyond Blue have used the videos as a kind of reward in the game. Games often have some sort of a reward system in order to make them feel like games, but if those rewards can be of educational value, that to me is the best possible scenario. I'm kind of an odd duck when it comes to this aspect of video games. I remember some of the first video games that I played, you know, the Final Fantasy game, back on the very first PlayStation. I remember not enjoying the gameplay as much as just getting those cutscenes where I would actually get to watch like kind of a movie in the game, and they became more precious because it wasn't just a movie from beginning to end. It was a reward. It was like you would reach some important point in the story and then you would transition into this film. And so I absolutely love that they use these ocean insights as a kind of reward for completing parts of the game. This is one of my favorite parts of Beyond Blue. So last and not least, we're going to do Meet Ocean X. whose mission was an inspiration for Beyond Blue's narrative.
SO Nadir, hatch secure, life support running, and we are ready for the water.
Oh, he's here. Look at the length of that thing. He is wider than the sub. Is long.
No one has dived 1,000 meters in Antarctica.
My depth, 1,000 meters on bottom, over.
As a scientist, I could tell you we discover something new every time we go out. That's been my drive, to discover things, to uncover mysteries that we can then solve.
We're on a new frontier of ocean exploration that will bring out the explorer in all of us. We're partnering with the OceanX Initiative to build a mind-blowing platform for exploration. A research vessel that's a one-of-a-kind ocean conservation and media platform to explore the world's oceans in ways that were never before possible, to create one big wave for the oceans.
I think it's really exciting. There's still a massive part of this planet we know nothing about.
We need to make people understand what we do in the next 10 years is going to determine what the ocean looks like in 200 years' time.
Audiences glued to Blue Planet 2 have been starkly reminded of the problems of plastics pollution.
50 years ago, Jacques Cousteau and the Calypso managed to capture our imagination. Somehow we lost that moment. We have to get back that personal connection to the sea.
The greatest era of exploration is still ahead of us. Exploring the ocean can help provide a piece to the big puzzle.
Unlocks a gold trophy for watching all the insights called binge mode. And I think it's a great point in that last insight that we spend so much time and attention on, space exploration and looking towards the frontiers and new worlds and things, but we forget how much of our planet is still unexplored. That's a great theme of the game, to remind us of how alien and how interesting the world is that we still haven't even gotten a glimpse at. So now we're back in the sub, and we'll be given the option to explore dives at will and complete our checklist. We'll be able to see all the behaviors on our list here, and you can see from this list how we've done with the scanning so far. It looks like we still have a devil ray that escaped from our scanning, another humpback whale, a couple more bottlenose dolphins, a few more spider crabs, another parrotfish, another butterfly fish, another tricolor parrotfish, a couple more white-spotted pufferfish, a couple more John Dories, a bunch more of the ocean sunfish. Somehow I missed a whole group of those. A couple more pilotfish, the spotted sardinella, the orange ruffy, a whole bunch more silver chimeras. Man, missed almost all those. Another Atlantic football fish, another flashlight fish, a whole bunch more moon jellies, a bunch more comb jellies, which are really easy to miss, a few more scalloped hammerheads, and that's it. So I'll be doing cleanup in between these videos, so I'm gonna go out and redo all the dives and scan the last of those. And then our final video in this series is going to be just exploring all of the creatures. So come back for this last video and learn all of the information we've gathered in the science log from completing that checklist. Thanks for watching.